Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to thank the witnesses for being here today. Passenger and commuter rail travel is vital for the Northeast Corridor, and specifically for New Jersey. Specifically, Amtrak and New Jersey Transit played a key role in New Jersey residents traveling to and from work and families seeing each other during holiday seasons. Additionally, federal discretionary grant programs that support intercity passenger rail travel, like CRISI program, and the Federal-State Partnership for Intercity Passenger Rail Grant Program provide for good jobs, increased economic viability, and safer rail travel. We must have a clear and consistent coordination between the federal government, state and local governments, and private industry to ease our supply chains, to relieve rail choke points, and to make sure the passengers get to their destinations on time. This committee's goals in overseeing passenger rail travel should be safety, security, and predictability, meaning on-time departures and arrivals in a responsible manner. Finally, my bill, H.R. 1547, the One-Seat Ride Act, which passed this committee in July, focuses on passenger and commuter rail. This bill would go a long way to allow 7th District residents along the Raritan Valley line of the New Jersey Transit to commute more efficiently and to travel to see family more often by rail. Mr. Daly, you mentioned in your written testimony that about 40 cents of every dollar earned in the railroad industry goes back into the upkeep of our railroads, and that the American Society of Civil Engineers gives rail infrastructure the highest grade for infrastructure conditions as compared to all other transportation modes. How does the federal discretionary grant programs help CSX maintain their lines, and how do those programs aid in CSX working with entities like state-sponsored rail lines like New Jersey Transit and Amtrak?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the question, and thank you for your support on Point No Point Bridge. Yes, I mean, CSX is obviously not able to be a applicant for any sort of federal grants, but we do partner with many of the local entities or other lines that are applicants, and work with them and support them in their request for funding, which can benefit multiple parties for their requests.
Thank you. Mayor Watson, you mentioned in the first topic in your testimony that the investments in Amtrak go to improving and upgrading Amtrak's assets and fleets, but often forgotten are the other improvements Amtrak may implement with adequate funding, such as the modernization of stations, the installation of technology stations that keep passengers safe, like security cameras, and connections to other transportation services. Can you tell me how investing in Amtrak and these other federal grant programs can help improve the customer experience?
Sure, and that's a very important part of this. The fact that there's been a significant amount of money put into this program, if it's spent right and done right, will address, for example, on time, and the service that we have to demand that the trains run on time, if you will, and that's one of them. The stations, including ADA compliance, will be a very important part of how this money is spent. Upgrading those stations so that they actually provide service as opposed to just being a building where you gather before you get on a train or get off a train. Those sorts of things will make a difference and will increase the ridership.
Thank you, Mayor. I agree with your sentiment and your statements. Mr. Chairman, I now yield